and it also integrate multiple government agencies, the approval agencies, as well as the banks for the payments. Business setup services, one-stop shop for the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, offers also information as well as online services for business startups and license and permits. We have set an objective to increase Qatar's ranking and the ease of doing business. So we have also got into changing some of the current processes and legislations. For improving service channels, we're offering these services through different channels, through the web. Hukumi, we had Hukumi Phase 2 last year launched. I'll be talking more about the new functionalities that were included. But this provides a one-stop shop for all the government services. Government contact center, today we have a single contact center that offers services for constituents. Actually, we went beyond Hukumi now. We have, through the contact center, we're offering services to other ministries through different models. We have also introduced the web chat last month. Payment platform, we have today some transactions have payment facilities, and another project that we are working out with the Qatar Central Bank to offer additional card types. Now we understand that some of the individuals, they do not feel comfortable with maybe paying through their credit card. So we're looking at other ways of, or other means of payment. For delivering government internal efficiency, we offer central applications that improve the efficiency through the government. It's more to G2, government to employees, or government, or G2G. Government e-tendering, that's an e-tendering application currently used by ICT Qatar, but the aim is to have it as a single e-tendering solution for the whole of government. We're starting to roll out this to 3 entities this year. Government resource planning. This is a big project that we are also have done the assessment and the design last year, and we're starting implementation this year. The idea is to implement HR for the whole government, and then eventually get to other modules like finance and procurement. Government SOA, that's a middle layer that offers today shared services and web services, as well as other applications like payment and single sign-on for the government. We keep increasing the functionalities so it can have other data integration. Government data center, this is also a facility for government to host their mission critical systems, or maybe use it as a DR. Improving governance and transparency. So these are the things, the policies that we have also introduced for the government. There is a reference architecture and standards that offers IT architecture guidelines and best practices for the government. Also, we have Hukumi content policies. That is the content offered today through Hukumi, and other policies to offer the services, the common services, the authentication, payment, and others. So basically, maybe an illustration of what we have. We have the agencies being silos, and you can see maybe different components, but until the customers see a single government. So this is more customer focused than government focused. Along with the policies and governance and capacity building parents. And last year, in 2010, we updated our iGov strategy. So today, as you see, iGov is one of the building blocks in the ICT 2015. So basically, the strategy is strategy again is also put in 9 initiatives, different projects, as you see, that has been also planned from 2010 and until 2015. And we have a model of interaction that we use also with the government. Talking about Hukumi that was developed last year, we started with Hukumi in 2008. That was the brand we used, the first phase of Hukumi. Second phase, we considered some of the best practices and some of the other recommendations that we have received from people. So initially we started with a user group to give us their suggestion over the design and also how to get to a service. So we improved the design, made it easier to use and more accessible. We're trying to certify Hukumi also as being accessible to the less advantaged people. It's good to mention also last week Hukumi won the Best Content Arab Award from WSA, United Nations. That was I think one of the things that we have aimed is to have the information that people need rather than having every information. We also provided more content, as I said, and better search capabilities. We simplified the transactions, the use of Hukumi, mobile portal, and SMS, and Hukumi mobile application. These are different things. People can log into Hukumi through mobile with a page that is tailored to the mobile. But then there is also Hukumi Mobile today supports the Symbian and BlackBerry. We're looking at the iPad and iPhone this year. We introduced also news and events, and also we did adopt some of the Web 2.0 to improve the interaction and participation of the user. This is Hukumi in numbers. We had since the start, the start of e-government, around 8 million online transactions. Last year we had 2.4 million. For the fees paid over the internet, it's around 4 billion Qatari riyal, 1.2 in last year. Number of hits, 650 million. As you see, so we have quite a big number of users. We have also in 2010 when we established the government contact center. As you see, we have quite a number. Hopefully, this is not all problems. So some of them are about information or inquiries. Live chat also we started last year, but it seems that it's picking up also. Last month, sorry. A number of registered users today, we have 43,000 between username and password, all smart card users. and we have today 97 transactional services, and out of 258 government services put online. So that makes it 38%. So where do we go now? After, other than the planned projects, now we're thinking the e-government should definitely go decentralized. It's a national program. And the way forward is to focus on building capacity for the other ministries and other agencies to start developing their services. So improving the legal and governance framework between ourselves and the other government agencies. Open government, that's a trend about having open data access to constituents. Introducing government balance scorecard and the KPIs set to different ministries. Fostering and building human capital. That's also some of the challenges we have today is the resources, the local capacity. So we are aiming to have workshops and training for government employees. Improving collaboration. Becoming government application service provider. Basically, this is interesting. We are thinking to have some applications that because mainly you see the same applications, same systems put multiple times. And we believe that all of this can be outsourced to another government agency that can run it. Paperless government and increasing user interaction. Today we see maybe the most successful websites, as we say, worldwide is where it's a user-generated content. Look at Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So we're thinking beyond the government offering services. This is something maybe we'll leave for discussion. We're looking also at the participation of the private sector in our long-term project. To end this now, there are some other ideas also. You know, people are talking about having sort of Facebook for the government. So now the question whether should we have our own Facebook or should we use any of the existing? Maybe use the Facebook itself for the government employees. I know there are lots of maybe question around security and would happen, but this is also some of the ideas happening worldwide. As I mentioned, user-generated content. Should we, again, the question is about the accountability of that information put on a government side. Services, can user develop services similar to like Apple Store or something? So it's not only from the government. We have to also think about having a private or a public cloud. People talk about private cloud not being a real cloud. Unless you have the economy of scale, then this is where it moves to public. I'll leave the answer for this maybe for my colleagues or in the panel discussion to talk about. Thank you very much.